In this video demonstration, we're going to be looking at how to configure the Borland search services to search for some StarTeam content. In our last video, we looked at how to install and configure the Borland search to run. Now we will move on and actually set up the services to search for some StarTeam database content. We will start where we left off in our previous video on the console web page. Remember, we were given this link in our initial setup. Once you access this web page, log in with the credentials you have set up. Remember, the default was administrator. To begin setting up our search, we will need to click on Start Here Wizard on the menu. Here we will need to configure a data source. We have the options of Calibre, Custom and StarTeam. I will use the StarTeam. You will then be asked to enter StarTeam server detail. The host name, which will be the IP address, the endpoint, which is what the StarTeam server is running on, and the name of it. And click Save. Once the search detects the instance, it will then ask you to log in using your StarTeam user credentials, ideally the administrator credentials. Once these credentials have been accepted, you will then be asked to select the project and the views that you'd like to search. At the moment, I only have one sample project with 3 views. I will select the project and my main view and click Next. Next, you will then need to select which process items you would like to extract. I will use the change request. Click Next. Once you have selected your projects and views, you can then view your active processes, extractor and real-time indexer. After a refresh pressing the F5, we can see these are now in progress. You can also check at the bottom of the web page for the refresh time rate. Once the extractor completes, you can then continue. Our next step is to try and search for some data. You can either type in the URL for the search console provided in the previous video, or click on the Search Now option in the menu. You will then have to log in with your credentials. Again, I will use the administrator credentials. Now we can finally test drive the search tool. As you can see, we have buttons Find and Build. The Build will allow us to generate queries for our search. There is a drop-down which will allow you to select which field you want to query. For this example, I will use Enter By. Once we select this option, another button will appear which will allow you to select a drop-down of users available on the StarTeam server. I will select the administrator and press Save. You then can add the query and save the query in order to run it. To start your search, press Find. As you can see, it produces a table with all your results. You can then further explore your results by clicking on the links available. You can check simple properties by clicking on the Show URL. This will show you some extra information about that change request. Hopefully this video has been informative for you, and thanks for watching.